On the court, how does it feel to be back out shooting around here and with the team?
Yeah, I mean it's great. We got some much needed rest, I guess you could say, but we're excited to be back on the court. We want to progress in some things, I guess, that we saw, which were our weaknesses, from the Georgia game. So we're just excited to be back and want to get better every day, and today's the day to start it.
And you talked about Georgia. You guys have had a few days to think back on it. Is there anything that you can take away from that game specifically that you want to see the team improve on?
Yeah, I mean, just, some downfalls in our third and fourth quarter, you could say. We've had a bit of a tendency to come out a bit sluggish in the third quarter. I don't think we necessarily came out sluggish, but I think, as the minutes went down at the end of the third quarter, maybe the beginning of the fourth quarter, we kind of lost our way a little bit. So if we could do better, clean up some things here and there in those quarters, it would be really good. But other than that, I think our fight was great. Our execution was good. Our defense was pretty good too. So I think if we just clean up the small things, we'll be going in the right direction.
And what would you say about the team's not ability, but just the tendency to turn the ball over this season? Would you say you've seen any improvement in that area?
I think as games go by, we have improved. I mean, you recall back to the Auburn game, our very first game, and I think we had 27-28. I think we've lowered numbers since then, which is good. But we don't mind as much if we have turnovers of being aggressive. So I think we'd rather have turnovers being aggressive rather than just lazy turnovers. That's more what we're focusing on with them.
Okay, and Haley talked about wanting to get a little more aggressive on the boards. Would you agree with that statement as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, personally, I know I have to do a better job of going, crushing, and pursuing the ball. Our guards do have to do a major role in that as well. Kind of help the posts out because they're doing a great job at the moment with that.
And you guys, still maintaining with Cam's saying, from the three-point line check from the cheap seats.
Yeah.
Little struggles though, would you say?
I mean,
shots just not falling?
Yeah, I think shots are just not falling at the moment. I think we're still trying to be, confident, and he's always confident in us to take them. So we're just going by his lead, and it always feels good, when you have a coach like that who believes in you that much. So we're just going to keep shooting them, and hopefully they'll fall.
Shooter's going to shoot. How many three-pointers do you think you take in practice? Every practice?
Quite a few. No, we have constant drills where we shoot from the perimeter, and I think that's also what instills confidence in us. So it's just what we work on in practice, and then we just take it out into the games.
Okay, cool. And then you've been here since last year, had to sit out because of transfer rules, but you've been with Delisha in both the first seasons that she's been here at UF. What have you seen in her improvement since she stepped on campus, and maybe even this year as well?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but in her stats, she's phenomenal at rebounding, and I think Cam's pushed her to try to do that a bit more this year than she did last year. But she has an incredible athletic ability, and now that she's using it even more, it's outstanding. I always joke around with her, before games or at halftime. I'm like, girl, I wish I had that. I wish you could give some of that to me. But that's been a major key this year for us.
Okay. Missouri is known as, since they joined the SEC, about being such a powerful three-point shooting team. Do you like to face another team that loves to shoot the three, or is that more of a difficult?
I mean, I don't really go into the games thinking about that, to be honest, but I mean, it's a great competition, it's a great match, ahead of us. So we're just excited. Maybe we can exchange some threes. Maybe we can try to get going a bit more than them in the three-point area. But nah, it's great competition. I think we're just excited to see what they can bring and what we can, kind of match up against them.